Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to Curling Stadium, Martensville for the Martensville International. Jim Nix with you here. Terry Corbin suffering a cold, but's going to try to tough it out here this afternoon, and we're going to bring you this game between Mike McEwen and Caden Hebert. So Terry, I'm not going to make you talk too much, but McEwen we're pretty familiar with, and the young Caden Hebert team we're not really so familiar with.
Yeah, young up-and-coming team. USA Curling, I think, is in really good shape. Just another product of the U.S. program.
Yeah, for sure. They, certainly the mixed doubles team had a pretty good run at the Olympics just recently.
Yeah.
So, a couple of very familiar faces, and would normally see them both in the men's and ladies, and see Corey in the ladies, but obviously Corey, or I guess I can't do that, can I? They're both named Corey. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we know Corey, one of the Corey, we can probably figure out which Corey Thies was in the ladies, and Corey Dropkin kind of dropped out of men's curling a couple months ago to focus on the mixed doubles, and it led them to a silver medal. So that's not a bad ending in the Olympics, I don't think so.
Yeah, that I watched the final game. That was some amazing curling.
Yeah, tough week for our Canadian team, but we don't need to beat that one to death. That's tough field, It's like I was watching, I think it was Kevin Martin's podcast that they have there that was interesting, and they were saying somebody had asked about, the fact they finished the equivalent of fifth, and he went down the list. He said, well, you look at the field that's in the Final Four, and you've got like the 2022 world champs, you've got the 2024, every one of them was a world champion in the last 4 years. So, that's a tough field. It just really is. If you're not on your best game, you're going to have a rough week. And I think our team, unfortunately, just had a bit of a rough week. So anyway, first in action here. It looks like we're just trying to sort out who is hammered. It looks like McEwen does have hammer. He's throwing the corners and just come around the corner. And the Caden Hebert team, just to give you a little bit of fill in on this team, they are out of Curling Stadium, Eau Claire, actually in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They are the U.S. Junior champions and went to the World Junior B Championships where they won, and they got an entry into the World Junior as well. So played in the U25 Grand Slam as well. They've just done a lot. So they played in the U.S. trials. So a pretty good team. They're 1-1 in this event. McEwen at 2-0 right now. Round robin, basically a 5-game, looks like a 4-game round robin. So Hebert in pretty good shape here right now.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of top end, curling experience playing that level, and then also, against some pretty good men's teams in a Grand Slam. So.
Yeah, and that, like you mentioned, an up and coming program in the U.S. and certainly the Casper team, not a team that's not a whole bunch of old guys, pretty young team as well, and at the Olympics this year. And I've kind of only just touched on the Olympics a little bit this week because, as I mentioned earlier off camera, we've been away. I've been running a conference, golf type related conference, turf related conference, and haven't really had a chance to follow. I'll probably pick it up here now a little bit more, but Saw a little bit of mixed doubles, but I haven't really seen a whole lot else. And so I'm not even sure how Casper's doing at the Olympics at this point.
Well, I know Canada lost today in the men's competition. I think that was their first loss.
Yeah, they were a couple teams. They were both 3-0. I watched the first half of that, and then I
Oh,
paused
did
it.
you?
Yeah, I haven't seen the end, but I knew the kind of what it was looking at like at that point. So
Mhm.
yeah, that much I do know. 3-1, and
Yeah,
I know that. Go ahead.
Casper's was 2-2.
Okay, well that's not bad. Still in the hunt.
Oh yeah. I think
think-
the little surprise was Nicholas Adine, and then of course what follows him not only is a 1-3 record, but the controversy that Oscar started with
Yeah,
Mark Kennedy.
yeah, a bit of a mess. Everybody seems to think they know all the rules and all that kind of stuff. I know the comments online were pretty elaborate and a lot of them. But it's I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Certainly, it was a little bit messy to say the least, I guess.
Well, yeah, and then of course today, just kind of catching the Holman game. I mean, she had a rock pulled when it looked like she was going to score two. Her first rock of the first 10 was pulled because they say she touched it twice. So,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah. I mean, this has got to go somewhere. I don't know where it's going to go, but um, certainly I think the Curling Federation has to address this.
Yeah, and I know that the World Curling Federation has felt like they have, at least to a point. It is admittedly a difficult one to manage.
Exactly.
I'm very much in support of whatever the rule is. They should enforce it. So I think that whatever that is, that's what they should do. And you can't, this. You hear some people say, well, they hardly touched it, or you just didn't affect it, and all this stuff. Well, that part of it I don't care about. I just figure if the rules there, you call it. And the problem is that we don't really have all the just going to hit the guard, just touch, just feather the guard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have a good way to see that. Baseball, the umpire's right there. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey, the umpire or the referees can get pretty darn close to the action. Not that easy in a four or five sheet curling event. So it's difficult. So they got some work to do to figure it out, because obviously it's come to a head, which in a kind of a messy way, which was unfortunate for everybody. But so McEwen now still trying to figure out how to manufacture maybe a deuce here early in this one. I thought for a minute he was playing the draw there, but I guess he's just playing straight nose hit, eh?
Nose hit, yeah.
Yeah. We've seen this logo quite a bit over the last couple of years, haven't we, Terry? It's such an interesting logo. I think it's kind of neat. But we've done a lot of games from Martensville, so.
That's right.
Cold flash.
I do believe we were doing a game, and because both you and I mentioned that we've seen them somewhere along the trail, and I think it absolutely was in one of these Martensville spiels.
Yeah. So McEwen's sitting one here, but looking a lot like he might be forced to take one if this U.S. squad can manage to make 3 hits here. Third stone's Jackson Bestland for Team Hebert.
Yeah.
Looking to like to roll a little bit away, and he will. I think that's very nice, Terry.
Yep, very good.
I've had big crowds here in Martensville as well. I mean, I know popped in and out a little bit the last couple of days, not much, but I have been with our our group chat sort of thing. Certainly sounds like the numbers have been very good, which is nice because it's not always an easy thing to draw big crowds for curling events. Certainly the presence of Brad Gushu, I think, is a big factor. He just draws everywhere he goes. but pretty good field anyway. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of good teams in this one. So for only, what is it, 10 teams, I think,
10
in this
teams.
event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too many slouches there. I know one thing. I'm not winning a game if I'm playing here. I don't think so. This looks pretty good. They get shot. Second shot even? No.
Ooh, just
That hurts. Yeah.
a foot light.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just looking to get number 2 there. And
Yeah.
just, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if he would play that. Sitting 2 with only 2 each to come. For a second, they were looking at both the double.
Yeah.
It would be a little overly aggressive, I think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be way too aggressive for my liking.
Yeah, me too. Trick here is what, Terry? I mean, you'd love to try not to set up a double. That'll be hard, but you at least make the double be somewhere where it's not going to hurt you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be tempted to throw the guard.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I think you can afford to be, tight. Be pretty steep double on the across the house double.
Sure, yeah. The only thing wrong, I guess, if you throw the guard is if you don't, if these guys will probably have it figured out, but if you don't have the line right and McEwen's able to come around and maybe just sit on or tap a little bit, you do run the risk of giving him a better chance at 2 than he has right now. But
yeah, and I think I think as long as this thing's, just short of the rings, I think Mike's coming around.
yeah. Yeah, I think so. So maybe even on the H in Churchill there might not be a bad spot, possibly. So we'll see where it goes. Anyway, Caden Hebert. Might be pronounced slightly different. Might be Hebert, but we're going to go with Hebert because the other guy's name is Hebert that we know.
I was going to say, if it's good enough for Benny, it's good enough for
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really light.
This is really light. Trying to get it over there so at least helps a little bit. It's so far away, it doesn't really do too much, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it really would even be in play for Mike.
No, because the ice here is going to have some curl. The ice here is always really nice. So that was that's kind of a big miss, even in the first end for these guys. That's you're talking 10, 12 or whatever feet, something like that. I don't know what it is, but quite a few feet short from where he wanted to be.
Yeah, I would say you're about 10 feet, pretty close to 10 feet.
Yeah. I was curling in Sydney Curling Club in Cape Breton a couple weeks ago, and I don't know what cameras they have, but their overhead cameras on the house still, it hasn't distorted the house at all, which people figured it would, but and they don't have a high ceiling there, but you could see right to the hog line. It's one of the first times I've ever gone in.
Really?
Yeah. So often in most curling clubs, including my own, it's like, oh, shoot, can't see out in front of, not even as far as we have here. Here we have a lot further than a lot of curling clubs have. So that was really cool, I thought. Didn't do me any good, but I could watch the other games when we were out. I could watch the other games a lot easier. Yeah. So Mike McEwen with his first here in the first end, with an opportunity maybe to still find a way to manufacture 2 here early.
Yeah, I did McEwen's game against Meacham, and of course it came down to the last rock, and Mike made the shot. This has got to do some curling. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good, Jen.
Just where it ended up, I was thinking, because it was open on the intern, the yellow stone. I thought maybe he could get to it on the yellow.
Yeah.
To the red, sorry, on the intern.
Yeah. Might be able to.
Yeah, you only have to move it 2-3 feet. You leave it short. I mean, you're giving Mike all, kind of a full 4.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be too short, especially after you just threw that one right perfect T-line weight. So the hard thing for Caden is he's got to find. That's a big, a little different when you come up a little short and you got to throw the next one. But when you're 15 feet short or something, or 12 feet short from what they wanted, that's a big ask to figure out. Okay, I got to figure out what it is here.
Yeah, for sure.
But he does have a little bit of room to work here if he bumps a little bit, because even if he doesn't quite get shot, he'll take a lot of that button away or a lot of the forefoot away. But it's a ton of ice. That's solid, 4, 5, 6 feet almost of ice. That's a lot of curl. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Caden Hebert's final rock here in end number 1. An out turn, looking to play a freeze. Must be relatively close. Sweeper's looking like it's fairly close. Here comes the curl. He's not even trying to get short. There. Yeah.
Wow.
Is it possible they were just playing a guard rather?
No. I'm sure he called that.
I have to believe that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seemed a little, even on one that's ridiculously short, usually the sweepers at least start on it for a few feet till they realize, we got no hope at this.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that at all. They just so it kind of makes me wonder a little bit. But anyway, regardless, McEwen with a chance to draw the button for 2 here in end number 1.
Yeah, this is where you go down, you go, did somebody switch my rocks?
Yeah. Well, you could say, but we gave you 2 that are exactly the same. You just got to throw them you just got to throw them 15 feet harder. That's all. Because they are the same. Yeah. So McEwen now looking to score a deuce here early. And I don't know what's going to happen with this team going into next year. I'm kind of excited to see kind of what does take place coming up. Yeah. So this one's looking okay here. It looks like the line's good. Trying to carve it in a little bit to get it off that guard.
It's off the guard.
Now they're going.
Go hard to get it to be second shot.
And he's full 4 foot and will not get there, it appears. So it looks like just a single red in end number 1. So McEwen will take a 1-0 lead. As we go to end 2, we'll be back right after this.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Play, it seemed like. I'll tell you the rest next in. So we are back to end number 2. Jim and Terry with you here at Curling Stadium, Martensville, for the Martensville International. We are looks like about halfway through the round robin. Looks like they're going to play 5 games, and this is game 3 for both these teams. Mike McEwen out of, where's Mike playing? Out of Saskatoon? Out of Saskatchewan, anyways.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah. And Caden Hebert out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. McEwen picking up 1 in the first end. Came up short on his draw for 2.
Just heads up, Jim, I did get some confirmation from Eau Claire, and it's actually a bear.
A bear? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. A bear. Okay. So we have a correction on just a real quick correction on our location for the team Hebert, and it's actually Hebert, Wisconsin. So if you're out there looking it up, you're not going to maybe find Aubert. So look for Hebert. For Hebert. That sounds like
bear in the woods.
Yeah, let's look for Hebert. Yeah, okay, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Wisconsin. Do they have any bears in Wisconsin?
I don't know, buddy.
They probably do. There's got to be some woods and stuff in Wisconsin. It's close to us. Anyways, back to the action. We've got Benji Peril, I think. Benji Peril.
Works for me.
Playing second, yeah. P-A-R-A-L.
Yep.
Second for Team Hebert here. Or Hebert. Trying to carve this one in. Looks like they're going to have some success with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right to the button. We're not going to quite get there, but that's a pretty darn good shot. Good spot. Would have been nice if it didn't curl quite that much.
I have to give Jerry crap. I mean, we were talking about the women's curling. Canada was up 5-2, and Jerry said, "Oh, that should be pretty safe." And then I see Switzerland scored 4.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, so I've got to get this figured out here. I'll come back to you in a second with it, but looks like this one's coming in nicely. So we messed that up, Terry. I'm going to blame part of it on you for not helping me. Anyway, yeah. Is that all right? Well, we're a team,
good.
right? Yeah.
Good
So
with
I'm
that.
correcting the name of the town, and I'm actually correcting the wrong thing. So it's actually Hebert is actually pronounced Hebert. Like we did discuss it. That was the other option to pronounce that. So its last name is actually pronounced Hebert,
Mm-hmm.
which means they still curl in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So, man, confusing for such a couple of short names. So McEwen now, pretty good shape right here.
It's okay, Jim. I just thought, okay, he knows what he's talking about. I must be the one that is clued out.
Yeah, listen, I've been away too long. We've been, seems like forever since we've been doing with provincials and all that stuff happening, that we just went quite a few weeks without broadcasting, kind of lost whatever touch we actually had, I guess. Anyway, I thought we were getting pretty good on most of these pronunciations, but not happening. So McEwen now sitting 1, pretty much buried in there pretty good, looking to throw a guard here. Guess that's about all he's got right now. He doesn't have hammer. It's a long way to go with a guard, but you'll probably see Hebert decide to open this up a little bit after this one.
Yeah, I think he's going to have no choice.
Was looking to get a little inside the yellow, but that probably does a trick. Pretty much have to open this up, I think, Terry, as you said.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
yeah,
you can talk about running that yellow one in, but going to be pretty tough.
Well, yeah, for sure. And
well, I must think they can get by that red without touching it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about it, if you go for, as long as you make sure you don't depending on what turn he throws here, making sure you don't over curl if he's going out turn. I'm assuming then in that worst case scenario, he takes both them off, right? He hits it like 3/4 or
Yep.
something. He'll get both anyway. So this would be third stone. Jack or Jack? Jack Wetland. This is pretty good. Ooh, thought he was going to get that back one. Guess not. The only problem with that is you have the exact same thing up there, and it looks to me like McEwen probably will come right around one turn or the other.
The good news if you're a bear is that there are 2 yellow ones in there.
True enough, yeah. I'll try to move this one over a little bit. Looks a little warm, but maybe it's not.
Yeah.
No, got to be a little warm, I think.
Oh yeah,
Trying to make sure he still has shot rock when he's
yeah,
done.
they're no
And he
longer
will
going to
not.
be shot rock.
No, and worse yet, I think, Terry, it looks like maybe the double, the hit and roll or double is there for
Yep.
Hebert.
I hope Mike continues on playing. I like Mike. I like watching him play, and although I honestly don't see him sticking together with this team, but
Yeah, I don't know whether. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of McEwen's. I mean, I just keep going back to whichever year that was when he was on that incredible run where really there was nobody that seemed to be close. They just seemed to win like event after event after event, and he was like his confidence level had to be like through the roof, and he made a lot of shots. And so here comes. I'm going to jump to player ahead the last shot, but this is the third stone. Jackson Bestland. I guess I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see the call.
I think he's just playing the hit and roll.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. I don't know. What do you think, Terry? It's hard there because you feel like, well, I rolled kind of too far, really. But I mean, he's got to make a shot here. I don't know. I don't know what else he could have done though. Could have played the double, I guess.
Yeah.
Still would have been kind of the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Cold flash now.
You would think this would be close given he's already thrown this shot and been a little heavy.
Yeah, I would agree. Colton's
looks wide open.
Yeah, it does. Really does. It's yeah. Yeah. That's good adjective or whatever you call it that we use there. I think whatever we said the same thing. It's kind of a ugh. Yeah.
Yep.
So Caden figures, well, it's working so well, we might as well just go right back in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can ever get to the inside of that. T-line weight, I don't know what Mike's going to have left except for a run back.
Yeah, I know, and we haven't got Hammer here with 2 shots to come. Last thing you want to do is having to play some desperation run back, but yeah, you got to do something because it looks like they're going to be probably sitting 3 here unless this one stays out there too. Yeah,
Oh, great shot. Yeah,
yeah,
that looked good all the way in.
yeah. Yeah, had no choice really but to try to go after that run back. It is a very makeable run back for these guys. It's not like uncommon for them to make these kinds of shots. So, he's got whatever he's got there, probably a 12-foot run back and just off center, puts him in a pretty good spot, I think. But anything but perfect here, and it's a really rough looking in.
I really don't see anything but the run back.
No, there's nothing else but that. You're right. It's one of those, Terry. I think at some point you just sort of say, okay, we haven't got anything else. It's not going to get easier the longer we wait. So let's go up and figure out what we want to throw, put the broom down, throw it. That's kind of the way I look at it.
It's funny you say that because in doing the Meacham game yesterday, I said, you don't want to kind of be in doubt if you're the front end when Meacham gets down there and say, "Hey, skipper, did you ever think about?" Because
Yeah.
the rock would have been halfway down the ice.
Yeah.
He literally gets down, cleans off the rock, it's gone. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got a long run back for Mike McEwen here in the second end. 2 rocks each to come. No hammer. He's in a big heap of trouble right now, eh, Terry?
Yeah, he really is. It's pretty close to a nose, but still, it's a long run back. As we like to think of them as gigantic run backs, but I guess for these guys, it's
Yeah. Yeah, I look
short,
at them as
short
the
little run back.
impossible dream. For me, it's the impossible dream. Anyway, so McEwen now settling in. Let's see how hard he throws this. Looks like he's not going at it with big weight.
Close, better go. I think.
Both of them going. Must be in the neighborhood. Trying to get a little more curl.
Oh, need to curl a
No,
little
it's
bit
not going to
more.
curl enough. I don't think. Oh, not well. Shoot. Not I say shoot. Not don't have a fan favorite here, but it just needed to come up a little bit more because he's
Yeah, it
still
did.
sitting 3. Yeah. And where did that guard end up? Oh, it didn't really change much up there.
No. But that's pretty impressive, that you can throw that kind of weight
I know.
versus, like a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. These guys surprise me with those in between weights. Now, part of it's they get to play on this kind of ice all the time, but still, I could throw that. I'd have to throw it with like a full takeout. I wouldn't have to throw peel because I don't have peel. But I could throw a full takeout or I can throw, a gentle tap. But everything in between there for that kind of shot, it's hard to figure out what to do. Hard to match up the ice and the weight. So,
Well, that's it, and so when I'm coaching some of these younger teams, I really encourage them to kind of look at, where they can throw board weight.
yeah.
It'll help you in the long run.
Yeah.
The good news, I think, where that ended up is Mike can run either the red or the yellow in
Yeah, true enough.
as well. So looks like they're coming right in.
But when you say right in, though, what are you thinking here? Like going
I'm thinking
around
top 12.
top 12?
That would be me.
Are you a bit surprised with the turn choice, given that we played the whole end the other way?
Well,
No?
yeah, not really.
No? Okay. I thought you being an old intern guy would want to be playing the intern all the time.
Well, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was handling you an easy one there. And instead I made it. I'm on that same page, though, so that's why I was kind of hoping you were going to stay with that intern. But
Yeah.
so the guys are going to work hard here, trying to get this in where he can take both of those raises away is what he's trying to do.
Yeah, 16-5, and he's got to get. Oh, he didn't get.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mike's got either or.
Oh, I think he's got to go red. Oh, maybe not.
I would think the one that just got thrown, or the yellow one that's right on the center line is the two easiest shots.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think that that's probably the case. That the far outside one's probably the best one for trying to get shot rock out of this.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell you what, if he makes this, he'd probably never getting it out. So that was just not a very good shot. So far, the skipper on this team is struggling a little bit to kind of come up with anything. His first two shots in the first end, I'm not quite sure what they were doing on the second one, but didn't really do much. This shot didn't help at all. I think it was I think he would have been better off. No, all kidding aside, and we're joking a little bit about the turn, but I just feel like the intern would have been a better option given that they've played
Right,
all the shots there from a weight
Mhm.
point of view, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you never know. Like you might have been able to come around that red and got to close to the center line, which would
Yeah.
have taken maybe both away.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I was thinking that I feel like that's what he's trying to do anyway. And I just thought, why go with the one that might be a little more of a guess? Why not go with the one you know?
This will have a little bit more weight on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So McEwen now with a real run back type weight shot. Will he get there? He's got to get on the right line, and he will be pretty darn good.
Yeah. That's more than pretty darn good.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably scores. I don't, I jump on the gun a little bit, but holy smokes. He's going to take a great shot to get that out. I don't know where he's going to go to do that. To me, what would he do if he wanted to try to run the red? That would be scary, though. Just draw, maybe. Might be able to move it over.
I'm not sure by playing that run back on the red that you can hurt yourself, can you?
Well, if you run it back and you go, you just miss that yellow on the top.
Yeah.
You could give up 2 or 3, probably not 3, but could give up 2 for sure.
Yeah.
So it looks like Hebert has decided on just drawing, probably the safest option. I think, Terry. I think the other ones were just too hard, and not only that, even if it worked out, it was still only going to get you 1 point. It's not like you're running a risk to get 2, 3, or 4. So,
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Get the big spinner shot. I don't know that you need the big spinner shot here, but he's got it anyways, and we'll see if it comes in enough. I don't think it's going to because I think it's a little bit too heavy, but it might. It's interesting.
Good try. Really good try.
Was a good try, yeah. It's a shot that we would have played before years ago, just figured it's going to run straight, but now all of a sudden we figured out no. So McEwen picks up a steal of 1 here at end number 2. And he will take a 2-0 lead here at Curling Stadium, Martensville. We'll be back right after the break.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
So back for N3. McEwen with a 2-0 lead, Terry, and I don't think you can say he's really controlled the first 2 ends, that's for sure.
But the difference is he made a great shot on his last one, and he made a great shot on his first one in the first end.
Well, exactly, yeah, no, and yeah, he personally deserves to be up 2-0, but
look at this.
Yeah, not good.
God. What's going? Yeah, you just wonder what is going on.
Oh no, I have to get out to watch here maybe in a few minutes, but I don't think it's that heavy. I think it's just
No, it isn't. I got 16-5 on that one that just ended up short.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's good, quick enough.
Yeah.
So one of the Marsh brothers, and this would be Daniel Marsh. Of course, we never really know. They could switch for a couple of weeks and we'd still call them the wrong names. So next year, I think there should be a rule. You should have to wear something that lets the announcers know who's who. Anyway, pretty nice guard. Had the first one go into the 8-foot. As you'd expect, the corner guard attempt missed by Hebert. Nice guard there. Now he'll try to come around. So it must be closer weight. Trying to get a. Oh, he's just going to the top. I thought he was coming. Well, I think he was trying to come around, but that's not a horrible spot, I guess.
No.
For those of you watching, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything that we're able to answer, at least, feel free to go ahead and ask us in the chat. So the other Marsh brother now, we got Kevin Marsh will play this one. They are a good front end, though, the two guys together. They're both great players.
That's true.
Yeah, they always score quite high in percentages, and they do a good job in brushes.
There, I got 14-2 on that.
That's probably a little heavy, I would think, isn't it?
No, that's going to be
okay.
Good.
So, nice speed, not a lightning fast speed. I often wonder, Terry, that, when we watch TV and we get times like 14.5, 14.6, and this is just my own little question from a theory point of view, is that, our ice clocks at that kind of speed, but it sure doesn't seem to be the same speed that you see on TV when you get that kind of number. And I'm wondering if you have any thoughts as to why that would be.
I honestly don't. I always look at like gliding, so our ice right now is like super fast.
Yeah.
And it's because it glides so good.
Yeah.
And we're not getting that, in the middle, that slushy thing where it just grinds. They're still kind of moving at a nice speed now. I'm amazed that it's as quick as it is with the curl that we're getting.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, but
you know.
I feel like you almost did. Because I kind of feel that same way. I think the difference is that, it, and I don't even know if this makes somebody from a science point of view could tell me I'm out to lunch or whatever, but I feel the same way. I feel like the ice for whatever reason has more glide to it. So even though you don't throw it necessarily harder, it goes a little bit further. So from the hog lines in, I think they just have more glide and more as a result it goes further than what ours would at our club, for example. Ours is plenty keen enough, but it doesn't have that same, you know, that towards the end it dies a little faster than what this. I liken it a little bit to golfing when you have greens that, stimp a certain number, but yet the ball kind of rolls out versus the ball just coming to a stop. I mean, I don't know. That's my own thoughts, anyways.
Yeah, no, I hear you there.
Most of the trouble, I don't have to worry about putts now. I can't seem to get to the green, so like used to be able to get to the green pretty regularly, and I was always like 12, 14 handicap or something, but I could get there, but I just couldn't get there like and make birdies and eagles and stuff like that. But now I just can't ever get there. It takes too many shots, so I just packed it in. Don't play anymore.
Do you not?
Rarely. I do play every now because of my job. I'm around the golf
Yeah.
club, golf community, so I do play a couple of times a year usually, but not very often.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So McEwen has Hebert in a little bit of trouble here early, but we're just second shot, so got some time, but Hebert might have to find himself bailing out of this a little bit too. They don't seem quite invested here. It feels like, I don't know, I'm not here. We don't hear them, but it just seems like there's a little lack of energy or something here with these guys. They're just kind of not quite making shots they need to make. So that might be a bit unfair.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't like that's not even close.
No, I mean that was done before it got halfway. Yeah, that's really odd. So yeah, I don't know. Somebody would have to tell us or inform us what the heck's happening. That's a lot of rocks that came up for a game like this in third end. We already had three or so hogged rocks and a couple of 2 or 3 others that aren't even, we're not close to where they're trying to go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, was that 2 or 3 hog rocks? But I think it is 3.
Yeah, I thought it was, I don't know. I could stand to be corrected, but it's certainly
me too.
2 for sure. And probably 2 in this end. So
yeah, well, and Caden came up, so short on that first end on both shots. Like neither of them was close.
No. So second stone, Benji Pavel.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Paral,
yeah. Well, it's his stone now, but that's helpful.
Yeah.
There are a couple of shots before they can get into that back one, though. Cold flash now. He has to throw the tight guard. Colton's played just about every position at the highest levels. Played second stone for a while. Cooey, they skipped his own team at Saskatchewan, went to the Brier, I think. And then playing third here with McEwen. So he's willing to play anywhere, obviously. And he's got the sweeping ability to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really odd. We're just back to that hogged rock again. And, when that doesn't happen, which is most of the time, to be honest, the rock does seem to be gliding pretty well. I got 15.5 on that too. So that's, again, that's a 14.5 to the tee line. So that's pretty good. I think that's okay. What's he going to do here, Terry?
Well, I mean, I don't know how you can leave what's there. I suppose you might be able to get to the intern. Using the intern, you might be able to get to that yellow shot that is, in the full 4, but I don't know that you can tap it and move that red.
Yeah,
Far
I
enough.
agree. Yeah, I think you got to blast this open
Yeah.
and hope it works out better than for them. So better for you than them. But right now, you gotta give yourself a chance to score here. You gotta make sure.
Looks like it's over curling.
Well, it was a weird weight choice in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I just feel like you got to throw some heat in there and move some rocks around. But anyway, having said that, he is number 2. And he is number 4, so. But I don't know how he ever turns them into 1 and 2 sort of thing. But
Ooh, I'm a little surprised there, but I think Mike was looking, if they slash the yellow short one on the center line into the red, whether that'll clip that yellow one going by.
can he though? I don't know if that's
don't
there.
know.
Looking at it here, it looks like I don't think that he can get the yellow on. Oh, you mean like he'd have to go yellow, wouldn't he?
No, I think you can go yellow red, but hit it on the real high side.
Like almost on the H. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, maybe. Yeah, it looks like he's going to guard that side up anyway, so
Wow,
he's
yeah,
a little bit concerned about that. We're coming right in on this side off, one of the two.
Yeah, this is the shot I think that makes the most sense to me.
Sorry, the iPad, the game on YouTube just came on. I don't know how that happens. So, wow. He might go out turn, think he can get there on that out turn. And he might be able to, but I mean, he won't be able to do any much damage, but he might be able to get to it. I understand the point of sort of saying, well, when we replace some of these removals of front rocks, trying to save our shooters and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes you just can't do that. Sometimes you just, I think, just got to say, let's open it up. But I don't think he has time now. That's the problem, right?
Well, yeah, and I mean, and if you're doing it, this is your last opportunity.
Well, yeah. The peel's not going to help you too much on the next one.
Nope.
No.
So I'm just wondering, could you ever get to the red, even if you're just right in front of it on that out turn?
Well, I think that's what you've got to do. I don't think you can get there on the in-turn. I really don't. And this chipping off and rolling thing it might give you something, but I think you might get there on the right where that broom is. They'll probably guard that side up, but it might leave you a chance if they come a little tiny bit deep or something of maybe even running theirs into their own. So I don't know. It's tough here. You're almost playing to make sure you don't get more than one again, and you're already down a couple.
It's not like these are 10-end games.
No. I think he waited too long on this, didn't he, Terry?
Yeah.
I think you had to kind of open things up a little bit earlier.
Well, I think now I think teams have become so accustomed to playing the first 4 rocks, for the most part. Just lobbing them in and trying to get good angles.
Yeah.
And then trying to figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Not a total fan of that, but
yeah. So Caden Hebert now looks like he's playing the yellow on the red on the yellow on the yellow on the red shot. Might be there actually.
What you're saying is a hope and a prayer.
Yeah. Nice delivery. I don't think he's got enough weight for all the rocks that I think he has to hit. Maybe. See what he does. He got the first yellow on the red, but he missed the battle. Really probably wasn't quite enough weight, but that might have been exactly what he's trying to do. I'm not really sure exactly what he's trying to do. I think he wanted to keep something around that he could use on his next one. But Mike probably, would he ever take a chance to come right around here somewhere? Or would that be just silly, maybe, Terry?
Well, I mean, I think, you got to watch that you, if you're coming in, that you don't leave it out there where, they can kind of make a slash double.
Yeah, because we've all done that where you have the end kind of locked up and you say, well, what about if we just come in here and then all of a sudden they've got a shot that they wouldn't even have had, and it might be for two, who knows?
Yeah, and what I always do the old, somebody said the best guard is second shot, and then after you throw it, you go, no, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I meant second shot, but not there. Yeah.
Yeah, because when it works, it really works. But.
Yeah, it's like that scenario when you, as long as we played the game a long time where, you get sometime. I found last weekend when I was playing, I got a little cranky with some of our guys because I'm like, holy geez, you guys, ice a little heavy, but get it here. Like, you got to get it here. And then what do? I come up, I get in a hack and say, boys, don't worry, I won't be light. Guess what? I wasn't heavy. And I didn't make it, so that only leaves one option. So, yeah, but it's hard to believe sometimes you just what happens. And, yeah, sometimes on this shot you try to say, well, let's go right in, but if it's short, we'll guard. And, oh, no, you just end up, like you say, just set up a nice, easy double and kick yourself in the butt.
Yeah, well, it's like again, when you're coaching, I always tell the guys, like, pick a shot. Like, I don't think it matters whether you're looking at coming in on top of it or whether you're going to play the guard. Just pick one, and that's what we're playing,
Yeah.
Yes, there's plan B and C, but like, what are we playing? What are we throwing here? Well, we're throwing the guard, or we're going top four. Like, I think the worst thing you can do is, we'll lob it down there, and if it's good weight, see how far you can take it. But make sure the line's good. But whatever. Like, no, just pick one. The guy in the house needs to know what he's doing, like in terms of helping the sweepers. Like, line's good, or and you're basing that judgment on what you're getting back in terms of feedback. So.
Well, yeah, I think it's that could do what they wanted it to do. They just, I think, try to take that long raise, double, or whatever way. So, yeah, I think that's why I've never been a big fan of that term tolerance and trying to getting people to understand tolerances. I'm kind of like, are you not just saying, don't make the shot almost that you're trying to make because you can't afford to be one way or the other? It hasn't been my favorite thing. I get it, and I think the best players in the world can do that. But for most people, if you start thinking like, well, I can afford to be light, I'm trying to draw the 4 foot, but if I'm light, I'm okay. That's not an easy thing to do. You might as well just say, well, we're going to play it light because that's probably where you're going to be. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I just remember Graham McCarroll, and we're talking about a world-class curler in his day, but I can remember hearing something, well, what's the tolerance? There isn't one. You make it.
Yeah. That's a good one, yeah. No tolerance. Yeah.
Why are we talking about tolerance? Just make the shot. Well, but I do get the whole concept. I just find, especially with the younger group, that you're coaching at times, when the first thing that comes out of your mind, well, the tolerance is short.
Yeah.
Well, guess where the rock is?
Yeah.
It's short.
Yeah. So I don't really know what we're looking at here for Hebert. I think when they first looked, it looked like they were thinking if they could slash that the yellow that's at just barely biting the 12 foot there on the right-hand side on the overhead as we look at it, and hit it thin enough, they might be able to go across their other yellow and yellow on the red, but that's pretty tough. This is just about as tough. So I don't even think whatever shot they're playing here is there. I don't think it's there myself, but we'll see. For their sake, it would be nice if it is, but you better make sure you don't take your own out here because you could end up giving up a bundle. Tolerance here is just don't give up 4. Yeah. So So interesting call here. It looks like it's going to be about a triple or something raised takeout. I don't know. He's not throwing it very hard. So maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you kind of called that.
It must be close to what they think they want.
No, it's not. They were trying to, I think, hit that yellow one that just at the top of the house there.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
then
said,
said
you know,
something.
bang,
Okay, yeah.
Bang, bang type of deal.
Yeah. So McEwen probably just going to guard that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the trick on these shots for anybody that's out there that's wondering is taking off ice just doesn't overcurl, because so often this shot overcurls and you don't end up guarding it, where you can leave, you know, you can be 1.5 feet to the left and be pretty good left of where you're thinking. Maybe not 1.5 feet. You can be a bit. You can leave almost a hole. And sometimes you can leave the whole hole, but you can't overcurl. It seems like people do tend to overcurl on these most of the time.
Well, and you know, I mean, again, just watching a lot of people, especially on the, you know, really swingy ice, you know, they don't look at the possibility of, in this case, would be, you know, playing that out turn across the center line and blocking it off that way.
Yeah.
I know it's not, you know, overly conventional, but I mean, when you got really curly ice, like it's, especially that, like, you know, really dished ice, it's really hard to, you know, stop that rock from curling.
Yep. Well, he got it over.
Yeah, I don't think he changed much.
No. Maybe. Because I think to make the shot that yellow, red or something, you got to be able to throw a little bit of weight at it. I don't know if he can get enough of it. Maybe he can. Yeah, you're right, though. And that's a hard one to convince yourself to do, because you feel like, I don't know what it is, but you just feel like if it starts to curl, I'm not going to be able to stop it or something. I don't know whatever it is, but yeah. But you're right. It's the other side of that is, but you can make it curl a long ways if you're going on ice that's got 4 or 5 feet of curl, 5 or 6 feet of curl.
Right, you know.
So Caden Hebert now with his final shot here in the third end. It feels like a long end this end. I don't know. With a 1 in 100 kind of a shot here, I think, to make it. But he is going to try to just hit probably, a quarter of this rock, maybe even a little less than a quarter of this rock. Get it just on the high, very high side of that rock underneath the C in Churchill, and see what happens from there.
Yeah, I think he has to hit it awfully thin.
Yeah. He's got some weight on it anyway. Trying to make it curl a little bit. Now it's running a little straighter. Maybe it's close. Who knows?
Yeah, it was so thin.
Yeah, pretty good effort, I think, and I don't know for sure. I'm not convinced it was there anyway, but it was close. But end result, he gives up another single to Mike McEwen, and McEwen now with a 3-0 lead after 3 ends of play here at Curling Stadium, Martensville, and we'll be back right after the break.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
All right, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
Number 4 here in Martensville. Terry, what's the Hebert team have to do here to kind of turn the ship around a little bit?
Well, I think they really have to stop playing this this game that I think Team McEwen is much better at playing.
Yeah, you know, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, which is a lot of rocks in play, knowing angles, knowing what weights to throw. I mean, I like this a little better, corner guard. I think ignore that go around. I don't know that you need the double corner, but I mean.
Yeah, you know what? I feel a little bit the same, Terry. I was just saying that's kind of why I asked, because I was kind of curious if you'd say that. I felt like as the ends are getting more complicated, they're getting, they just aren't quite. No disrespect at all, but not quite maybe at the same level as McEwen and those guys are in that situation. Not that they don't have the shot-making ability, it just doesn't seem like they're managing the ends well when it gets messy. So We're not as well at these, right? Yeah. Because obviously they're very talented. They all throw the rock very good, so they have the ability to play that. It's just it takes a long time to kind of get to be good at that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with experience, yes. But, I mean, when you're struggling, too, I don't think the last thing you want to do is make it complicated. It's different if you're brimming with confidence and you feel like, you've got T-line weight and things aren't an issue. But, I mean, it's been obvious to me, anyway, from the start that I mean, this young man has been struggling with his weight, and I mean, maybe that's why he's tried to, in his mind, maybe even simplify it, get in there where all he has to do is throw guards. I don't know, but I just know that what he's doing is not working right now. And,
So a really nice shot there, though, from. Kevin Marsh, as he came around that guard really tight, had to be really tight, and just snuck it by and dug that rock out that was behind the corner. Now calling for a second corner guard again for Team Hebert. I'm with you on that. I'm not convinced you need to have the second guard out here right now, but whatever. He's going to give it a go, and probably saw him come by that first one pretty tight, but the rock wasn't perfect behind the guard, so. Looks like it's a good rock, though. Very nice shot. Perfect as far as getting what he wanted, so 4-4 on that one.
Yep.
You will have the one thing this stack corners kind of does for you here. It does leave you a better corner guard once he peels this one off, at least. Unless he makes a move, but I don't think he's going to be moved for a move. He's going to just take the high one. So do you go now, Terry, or do you throw another guard?
I think I'm going to go in.
Me too.
Around one more time anyway, for sure.
Yeah. Benji. Carroll throwing his last, and they're in the the 4th. A lot of sponsors here in Martensville.
For sure.
Digging it hard in here.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
very
good
nice.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much perfect.
Yeah, and I think, just, I mean, the degree of difficulty in making a draw versus, triple run back and angles all involved is, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. It's just so much easier to gain a little bit of confidence in making a shot. And then he makes a shot, and then you get a break. And, when you're down 3-0, the other part is you do have the hammer. So, a deuce puts you right back in the game. But, you hope to get a little bit of a break here, and they've got it. And, let's see if they can kind of just generate a deuce here. I like potentially going in around it again.
Yeah, a couple of options here. You can go right around, as Terry mentioned, and so it looked like they were at least first talking about playing. They did suggest maybe the hit that one on the top of the 12-foot, try to roll behind. And then, see what that gets you. It's not awful either. It's just a little bit harder to make perfectly than the draw.
Sorry, I just had a little bit of a coughing fit.
It's okay.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's not much fun when you're
Oh.
in that position you're in, for sure, so I hope it doesn't last too long. Are you done for the day, or you got any more games, or are you done for the day?
Oh, no, I'm done for the day.
Okay. Trying to get around this red one.
So, and I guess that, there's my point. Like, you threw the, the draw, you knew the ice. I just think, again, the easier shot was to, kind of come around.
Yeah, and
Mike was playing this. Mike was playing this shot anyway. The run back.
Yeah, it's and really unfortunate the way it ended up. Now you can't even get. Oh, he's going to help you. I'll take it back. Yeah, I know. I was just about to say he can't even get to that rock without taking 2 shots to do it. So
that's right.
It's one that they just made a whole lot easier. Yeah, unfortunately we don't hear them because they're interesting. They tap a lot of rocks, and it's kind of interesting to see what would happen here. Gonna play in the draw, maybe. Playing the little chip and roll off the top yellow is an option. Hitting the red one that's in the house is an option, although you will probably leave a fairly easy double if you play a hit. So what do you decide, Terry?
He decided that he's playing that draw. I mean, Mike's probably, given the fact that he's up 3-0, is going to hit the open one, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's prepared to give you 2, so you have to keep that in mind, I guess. So, but more importantly, you just got to make shots here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm being very, I was going to say complimentary, but again, I don't, just nothing's working.
No, that didn't end up in a very good place for him. So McEwen's going to play the little hit and flop. First reaction, you'd think, well, why don't you just play the double? And he could. He's going to play the double, and he still might be playing the double. He's kind of got the ice that works for that, too. So Or he hits that yellow that's in the 4-foot first, just by a little bit. Either one, I guess it's not really much danger of putting it on your own here anyway. So the good news for Hebert is he will have, it will have a decent shot at least when he comes up for a source one, pretty much no matter where this goes, unless Mike plays the inside hit and flop, and I don't see him playing that, but he might.
Yeah, well, Mike. Even if he makes that shot where he kind of just freezes, like Mike has two options, like play the wide open hit, or try and guard it up, because the Christmas tree there at the top of the house, helps him.
Yeah. And that's what he's going for, yeah.
There, nice.
That is a great shot. Actually, that's a better result than I would have gotten, because I probably would have played the double on that.
Now you're again. When you look at what you got left, the degree of difficulty rises, from 3 to 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, and once again, that come around attempt that's at the top of the house there just ended up in a horrible place.
Yeah.
So going to play we often refer to these a little bit to circus shots, but it is probably the only way you can get shot rock on this shot. Mm-hmm. Could come around there, I suppose, tap the red back, and he'd end up with number 2 and make Mike do something about it, but it would be pretty easy to take that away. So he'd end up having this one in his next one. So here we go, playing the in off. Really wide rock. Hopefully getting to the button to take the one off the button. I'd say he's close. Really close. And that's almost unfair to not get a little better result than that. But got a couple options now, though. He does have his own. He could come off again, the one that's at the top of the feather. McEwen pretty much has to hit something here, Terry, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, the thing about hitting the one that Marsh is talking about, if he leaves the other side for Caden, he's going to be taking out his own, and it'll be for 1.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think, it's a good point. If there's anything wrong with this shot at all, it's just if you happen to ever hit it right on the nose,
right,
you probably leave him a real good chance at a double for the 2. So
the other thing too is, if Mike rolls it but doesn't roll it far enough, it might be an even easier double.
Yeah.
But again, as you mentioned, I think Mike doesn't want to give him 2, but at the end of the day, with the hammer, I think if Mike had to give up 2, he goes to the second half of the game thinking, I'm up 1 with the hammer.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you that he could roll out on this shot, and it would be a really, really difficult 2 for Hebert, because then he's got to come around and tap it out.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty tough.
I think that's a good point. Like you can actually afford to hit and go out, which is maybe what he was doing. I think it is. Yeah, I think he was playing that all day.
Yeah, I think you're right. Question is, can he get there on that? It's not going to drag to there. I know that.
Not sure what he's looking at.
But I'm wondering if he's trying to sort of figure, can I get enough of the drag effect on this to hit the red? But I think it's just too sharp of an angle. I'm thinking like that.
No, I don't even think it's close, personally.
And he definitely, from everything I see, he definitely no way to go by and hit the red on the red. So I think you're either coming off your own for 1, or you're drawing for 1, and
coming off your own for 1 easier.
He's going to play this. It'd be interesting. we'll see. He might prove us wrong, or prove me wrong at least. I don't think this is there. It'll be an out turn with a little bit of weight. People are going hard on it. Yeah.
Wasn't it? I mean, yeah, it was never coming anywhere near that Redstone.
No. So a good learning experience for them anyway. The next time they have one that sets up like that, they'll know they can't make it. So for whatever that's worth. McEwen will pick up one. Again, it's a story of ones here in this game. And McEwen leads 4-0 after 4 ends of play here in Martensville.
Yes. Curl in.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
So back for end number 5. Team Hebert out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Very young junior team, trailing 4-0 here, trying to find a way to break this series of ones that McEwen keeps getting. Mike started with taking one on a chance for 2 in the first end. Tough draw for 2, but he didn't quite make it, so he got 1, but then he has stolen ends 2, 3, and 4.
You shouldn't be allowed to take any cards.
A little bit of discussion about what they are able to do or not do with that rock that just got removed from play. Didn't really get removed from play. Upped into the house. So up goes a corner guard for Leadstone. Jack went. I'm not sure now. I got to get that name right.
I think that's Wendland.
Wendland, yeah. I wrote it down. I didn't write it very neatly. Crying out loud. Get a cough drop?
Cough drop, cough syrup.
All that.
Yeah, we're starting to lose it here.
You're doing good. You're doing good. So the corner guard up. So they do have one in the house, and they do have a corner guard in front of it. And Kevin Marsh will try to loop it right around that corner guard. For this shot, next shot, you'll probably see the corner guard disappear. He's going to
nice
kick
shot.
it out. Yeah, very nicely done. You need them corner guards to be some tight here, don't you? There's just enough curl here.
Yeah.
Been looking at maybe a little different approach. Never a bad thing, looking at a couple things. It's just tap that back, kind of try to create a little bit of a wall. I think I'd be trying to go around that corner one more time myself, but this is at least he's thinking about ways to generate more than one. Maybe this will be it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd go one more attempt around the corner guard. Because again, Mike's not leaving it up there for you.
Yeah.
Oh, we might be wrong here. Maybe they were trying to just bump it back.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Would like to bump it a little bit further than that, but that's fine. It's going to hit the one in the house by the look of it. He could actually go up and hit the corner guard if he wanted to, but wouldn't be a horrible option, I don't think. So Marsh coming with some weight on this one. Colton's already telling him a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stayed around. That could be helpful for Hebert. Freezes don't work very much at this level, so I think that's a much better plan. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Well, you know, like, again, you can say it, and it's probably true 9 times out of 10, but I mean, you do need misses. But like, Mike's not going to help you for all intents and purposes. So, you know, you're going to have to stop leaving Mike, you know, little guards and stuff like that. I mean, the degree of difficulty for Mike's shot versus Caden shots is like no comparison.
Yeah. That's the problem with the freeze. It's just got to be so perfect. And even when it is perfect, sometimes they can still get it out, but got to be so perfect to have any chance of it not disappearing on this shot. I think that's going to be the case. Flash looking to remove that. He doesn't really care. Probably prefer to move his back one too. He will. Good shot.
Yeah, this is the problem when you're playing good teams. Is you know, they don't help you. They don't make, you know, kind of you know, those poor decisions, you know, with what they want to do with rocks. And you know, if you're not going to get any help, then I mean, you really need a bunch of misses here.
Yeah.
I certainly haven't seen, you know, a whole lot of degree of difficulty on many of the McEwen shots.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, and now, the shot before this, they had a good opportunity to come around that corner. It gets a little tougher once they have too many in the house like that, but they're close, but they didn't take advantage of trying that, so.
You know, this is kind of what I mean. Like, Mike's not going to help you by leaving that there. I mean, he might help you by, or Colton might help you by, you know, running it in and jamming it. But like, Mike's not going to, you know, help you when it comes to the strategy and the calling of the game.
Yeah.
I'm back with you when we were talking about coming around that corner guard. You know, like, that would have been our preference. I mean, because you know the ice, right? And, you know, yes, you still got to throw the right weight, but I mean, you know the ice. They've made it, and now you're not only trying to I don't want to say it's a guess, but you know, where do I put the broom for the perfect freeze?
Yeah.
I need that perfect weight. I mean, it didn't really matter if you got shot, second shot, or whether you were third shot there. I don't think by coming around the corner guard, Mike was not going to help you.
No. He's going to have to work on this one a little bit. Trying to get it behind the corner, but needs to throw a whole lot.
I think the other thing is, I think we can safely say Caden and his team have not been at their best.
No, they're obviously watching them throw the rock. You realize that, you know, they're just they can play much better. They throw the rock too good not to be playing much better, but they need to break if they don't do anything else, they need to score here to at least kind of get on a different path. Then if they want to go all out to try to steal the next couple ends, then just go ahead and go. You're going to get back in it or you get out of it, one of the two. But
absolutely,
they've been trying to kind of manufacture the deuces here since the second end on, and probably in the second or third if you had a shot. Not that he always did, but might have been just as well off if he had scored as one and ran with that. But until they got on track a little bit. But anyway, for now, it's fairly wide open for him here. He isn't really in a great deal of trouble as far as having a real difficult last shot, except for he might be against 3 or 4. But cold flash now.
I'll be Mike McEwen.
Oh, yeah, sorry, McEwen, yeah. Mike's had a solid game. He hasn't had to do too much spectacular, but the times he's had to do something well, yeah, he's done it. So what you'd expect from him. Now what do you do, Terry? You might have to play a freeze now.
Yeah, I think you probably do. Or do you play, I was going to say, I suppose you could play around that one on the
edge,
top of the tee line and thinking, you know, okay, well, I have a double their opportunity if Mike doesn't throw.
Yeah. Do you ever decide to play like the double slash roll now? Yeah, with the hopes of if you don't get everything right, then you at least can maybe blank the next end.
Yeah.
Or this end rather.
Yeah.
I don't know. So far it's been a struggle, so I picked the easiest shot I could here right now if I was.
I would too, and you know, I wanna make sure I score.
Yeah.
This team, Caden Hebert is, you know, 1-1. They lost to Meacham there. I don't know whether it was earlier today or.
Probably guessing it probably was, since this is their third game, and yeah, and I know they won their first game against Dylan Dirksen.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If it had curled another 2 inches, it was probably going to be pretty good. I think it's not real difficult to get it out and not have it go on your own. But if it curled another 2 inches, it might have been tough to remove it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Again, when you look at the degree of difficulty here, Mike, for all intents and purposes, is throwing an open hit. Caden Hebert is, I don't think he's had an open hit.
No. Best thing you can get here is and he's not going to leave that for him anyways. I was going to say, best thing if he ever managed to roll out or something on that, give him a chance to blank, but that didn't happen. So, the in-turn draw to the 4-foot for Caden Hebert. Has to make this, really, or the game's pretty much over. Hasn't had a lot of success so far with draws, but they were mostly early, so.
Well, and he just threw a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, he just threw perfect weight for this shot. Assuming it's the same over there as it was here.
Yeah, just taking a little more ice.
Yeah. Sweeper's on it fairly hard here.
Not sure the lead guy's going super hard, but that guy that's over the rock is super hard.
Yeah. Need to gotta go a little further yet. I'm gonna give him a little tap. So very nicely done for Caden Hebert. He will finally get himself on the scoreboard and get his team on the scoreboard. And with 3 ends to go, he trails by 3 here in Martensville. We'll be back right after the break.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Okay, so we're back. Finally for Caden Hebert, he's got himself on the board and will be going hard here to steal. He's only got 3 ends to go, Terry, and he's got to basically steal out. He might be able to, if he can get a steal here, he might get away with giving up one more single point and then coming back with a hammer. But that's about it, I think. It's kind of just go hard to steal, I think, from here on. Which is always risky, but you don't have much choice at this point. He's got to feel a little better. He made 2 nice draws that last end, and Sweepers did a good job on the last one. So we got a center guard, and looking for another center guard. Try to make sure you stay on that center line so it can't be moved around. Everybody knows that rule now with the tick rule, and no tick rule rather, I should say. So if it is biting the center line and it's out front of the house, at this point in the end, they cannot move it. Actually, that's not 100% true. They can move it. They can't move it off the line. So a couple nice guards here for Leadstone. Jack Wentland. Actually. It's coming around here for Marsh. Nice shot there too. A couple of pistols, as we talked about earlier. It's this front end, the Marsh brothers on the front end, very, very solid front end.
Yeah, for sure.
So second stones now, Benji Peril. In turn, it's a little tough now. These 2 rocks of McEwen's are very, very good in there, but Mike probably not going to leave those guards up there anyway after this shot, so
this seemed to take off quite quickly.
That's not good, is it? So McEwen now will probably go up. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go hit something on the front end here. Just debating which one to hit. Try to drive it towards the one in the house, maybe pick up both of them, but that's not really super important right now. Just make sure you get rid of the top guard and don't drive it in such a way that one goes back on your own. Marsh. Big weight on this. Got to the hog line really quick anyway. Ooh. Definitely not the plan, that shot. Left the guard up. Left the other yellow up and replaced it with his own, but not good. So a little intern sort of tap shot here from Team Hebert. Just come down and move that top red one. Try to get close to the nose. Offer your shooter a little bit of protection. Edgy Peril, second stowed here. Into the sixth then. They get by that one though, and he did. That's very nicely done. Might have liked a hair more weight. Would like to maybe bump that back a little bit further. McEwen now peel his own. Probably peeling it back into the yellow to hopefully get rid of a couple. Things could go wrong with this shot, but Marsh again.
Are you a little bit surprised with this call?
A little tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But that was always a possibility.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't mind the situation here for Hebert now. I think would be interesting to see what he plays here. I don't think you're playing that shot. I feel like there's two options, Terry. I'll kind of run them and you can decide if you like either one of them. I feel like you could throw another guard up, long guard, or you could play the yellow that's by his broom, try to maybe tap that in towards the red, just tap it in, put it in a place to be could be removed. What do you like? Either one of those or something different? I don't love this shot.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like this one.
Just it's a long tap, and it's the only guard you got out there. If you don't hit it right on the nose, you're going to have no guards left. Well, maybe. See where it goes. Yeah. I don't know. That was just a real hard shot to get a good result out of.
I was just going to say, I think Mike just tries to play this double.
Yeah.
Or at least just hit and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, because the double's there, but it might carry a little bit of risk. You might have to get a little closer to that guard than you want to get. There would be people that would just peel that guard too, to be honest. Go down and run it into that right-hand yellow or something, get rid of both of those. I don't think he has to. I think if you can just play this and hit and flop in, he's going to be in pretty good shape. Flash thinking about the other end. Flash for the intern, a little hit. I think it's really just a little hit and flop, I think is what they're playing here. Looks like that. Gonna get over there pretty nicely. Good shot. I still think the same thing. I still think I'm doing something with my yellow that's on the top of the forefoot, maybe trying to get it in there rather than running anything here, which it seems like that might be what he's going to do. Could get all of the reds, I suppose, on the run back. That's one thing, but I don't know how much better for it you're going to be. Well, I just don't know. I'm not quite sure what he's playing here. Maybe it's just a little bit softer run back, if you can call it soft run back.
Again, degree of difficulty extremely high.
He does have a couple of yellows there. Well, if nothing else, Team Hebert has Team McEwen talking a lot about what they're going to do, considering a lot of different options. We're going to come down and have a chat. Generally speaking, you don't like to leave that guard up there. The only reason they might is because if they could hit this yellow anywhere and just even flop a little bit in behind the guard, there is a draw possibility there for Hebert, but man, it would be very difficult. And right there, he doesn't have it even. Yes, he could double a couple of your reds off, but that's not probably going to matter. Not going to hurt you any anyway. I think the reality here is that if McEwen scores on this end, then there's little chance that Hebert will ever come back and win this one. It can be done, but we haven't seen enough that makes us think that would happen here. So Colton Flash is going to try to run the yellow on the other yellow, one of the other yellows. And not quite. Pretty good effort. If he had touched that yellow, he might have actually got pretty close to getting all three of them. Now, Hebert might consider, is considering the yellow straight back. Probably not with a lot of weight. Maybe don't even try to make the double. Make sure you get it back in the neighborhood. So that's what he's going to play. Not a lot of ice, so he must be playing on a little bit of weight, but still, I don't think this will be big weight. I think this is going to be something around a board weight shot. Good change on the ice read here, so they're just kind of sorting it out. Try to do this usually before you get to the other end, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you leave and the guy hasn't got 100% sure what you're playing. So Caden Hebert, out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. As we've said before, upcoming junior team, very, very good junior team. Playing a nose head here, which he will make. Not quite. So we lost Terry. Terry's fighting. He's hung in there as long as he could. He's fighting a horrible cold, coughing, and all that. Everything that goes with a cold that you can imagine. And then trying to do this at the same time, and it's a virtual impossibility. I've been through it, and it's tough. So he did a good job hanging in for more or less six ends. You'll have to just suffer it out with just me for the next end or two, or as far as we go here. So Mike McEwen now with his first in the fourth end or sixth end here. And the out-turn hit. Flash on it all the way, looking to make a double, and he will. And a nice little roll. Hebert with really no option now but the out-turn draw around the top red. If he's tight enough, he could get shot rock and be very difficult to remove, but it has to be perfect. And at the very least, he has to be buried, so Mike McEwen maybe only gets one. So that would take being half buried at the top of the 4 foot, maybe just skinny by the top red, and McEwen maybe have it put in position McEwen can't afford to go after it. Caden Hebert now with his final rock in end number 6. Looking to make a great draw here. It's going to take a great draw. Sweeper starting hard on it. Might have to both go. I know they want it to curl, but just sneak it by that top red if he doesn't want to rub. It's a pretty nice effort. This would have probably stood to have both sweepers jumping on that a little bit more. It's a perfect line, absolutely perfect line. Perfect line to get shot, and if not shot, perfect line to make this shot impossible, and to make getting more than one very difficult. It's just a reminder that we are here all weekend, right through the finals here in Martensville, Curling Stadium, Martensville. Watching on the Stadium Sports Network. We're thrilled to bring you this one. It's been a little while since we've seen you, so it's nice and great little field here. A couple more draws yet today. And then the finals, semifinals, and finals are all tomorrow. Probably quarterfinals too, actually. So McEwen now trying to just play a nose hit here, which would end up giving him a couple. There it is, 2 reds. And that's going to probably end this one. And McEwen will end up with a 6-1 victory over Caden Hebert. McEwen, pretty solid game on the McEwen team, for the McEwen team. The Hebert boys just struggled a little bit, just couldn't seem to get on track. Unfortunate, because I think they're a far better team than they were able to kind of put out there today. McEwen improves to 3-0. Hebert drops to 1-2. Remind you, you've been watching on Curling Stadium, Martensville, on the Stadium Sports Network. I'm Jim Nix, and for Terry Corbin, who actually pretty much could have made it to the end of the game, and for Kaylee on our cameras, and I'm guessing Jerry on the production, I thank you all for watching, and we look forward to see you again the next time. Bye for now.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!